All right, Sean. So
Oh yeah,
Colorado is pretty much famous for making Amsterdam irrelevant.
yeah, true. Who the fuck even what do they do? Because like they sell weed, but they're also like underwater. So fuck.
So what year did you make it out to Colorado, and what was your experience with the legality of marijuana just from the jump?
So when I first moved out here, this was like I graduated high school in Philly, and I didn't want to apply to any colleges in Philly, so I applied to anywhere else. And my sister had already been living in Denver, so I applied to one in Denver, and I got in. So I came out, and I've been here for 10 years. But when I first got here, it was basically roughly a little bit like basically what Philly is right now. So they had dispensaries, but they were like super like medicinal, like that kind of thing. And a lot of people had medical cards, like a lot of fucking people. Like literally everybody you run into is just like they had one, and like
They were just handing them out, pretty
yeah,
much.
they like literally like the joke was you like went to a doctor and you're just like my back hurts, and the doctor would be like, "Do you want like a medicinal marijuana card?" And they're like, "Yes," and that's all you had to do. That's literally all you had to fucking do. As long as you like went to a doctor and said, "Oh, my back hurts. I can't like my eyes hurt or whatever," like they'd give you a card, like no matter what. So that's what it was like when I first moved out here. And then like 4 years later, all of a sudden this was like one of the first states in the fucking US that said recreational marijuana was legal. And so we were, and I literally remember like I was working as a busboy at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I was watching the news, and they were like talking about like the votes and stuff. Like I didn't give a shit. Like I didn't even know why the fucking news was on at the Hard Rock Cafe. You know,
Right.
what the fuck is the fucking news on? Like
Isn't there hard rock to listen
yeah,
to?
like this should be hard rock. This shouldn't be fucking bullshit. But they came through and they're like, breaking news: Colorado just voted yes on Prop 81, which allows recreational marijuana. And I remember being there just like, the fuck? Like, I mean, I was like probably like 18 at the time, and I didn't give a shit about voting. So I was just like, oh, there was a vote? Like, what the fuck? What's going on? And yeah, they just allowed fucking recreational marijuana. And from that point forward, like I literally lived through the Denver boom, dude. Like I moved here before everybody else did, and I know
Right.
that sounds so fucking douchey to say. My God, I can't even believe I just said that.
Are you wearing
I've
hemp
been
shoes
here-
right now?
Like no offense, guys, but I was here before any of you. Like, but seriously, it's the truth.
I still read
hate to say
books like
Yeah.
hardbacks.
it. Yeah, but yeah, I saw like what happened, and like Denver just fucking imploded, dude. Like it's crazy here now, man.
How
Like
many people moved out there just for the fucking for
I
weed
saw I
purposes?
saw I saw one study that said between the years like 2013 and 2014, 250,000 people moved to Colorado that year alone. 250,000,
Holy
dude.
shit.
That's the size of like fucking Cleveland, you know? Like
That's a quarter mil. That's not a small amount of people. That's how many.
yeah, that's a lot of fucking people, dude.
There's nothing to shake your dick at, dude. And you know me, I shake my dick at a lot of things. That's a
You
stat
sure
that
do.
I'm
And it
keeping
makes
in my
me
pants.
uncomfortable, but yeah, I understand. Yeah.
We bonded through dick shaking. But
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been pretty dope to just like, I don't know, how much more often did you start smoke, like not start, but how much more often did you smoke weed the moment it was recreationally legal?
Way more. I mean, I feel like every single person in Denver, and if they said that they didn't, they were just like, oh, I don't care if it became illegal. They're fucking bullshitting, dude, because every single person in the city, as soon as we found out that dispensaries were a thing, everybody fucking went, dude. And if anybody tells you that they never went to a dispensary because, oh, I live by like the old school Denver weed bullshit, fuck them, dude. They don't know what they're talking about. Every single person.
Smoke a joint,
I
you piece of
promise
shit.
you, I promise you, dude, every single person in Denver has been to a dispensary and bought edibles and all kinds of fucking shit and like fucking taken it, man. Like, fuck them. Like, if they're trying to say that they didn't.
Dude, I was driving through Boulder and I was like, dude, they're here. I have to.
Yeah, dude, you got it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like when the first time you go, for sure.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, these are just like boutique style weed stores. So like you can
Right.
get weed really anywhere else for like super cheap. But like these like some of these dispensaries, like they have like fucking like Apple store looking dispensaries.
Right,
And it's
which is
just
pretty
like,
dope.
yeah, I mean, like it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's just like, dude, you're just selling me fucking weed. Like, do I really need to see this in a fucking like display case, like with the white lights shooting up and like the fucking like it's fucking weed, dude. You're gonna
What's
smoke.
the alternative? What's the
Would you do that?
alternative?
Would you do that with beer? You
See,
know?
now you sound like now you sound like a douchebag. You're just like, ugh, when I go to buy my weed, it's too fancy in there.
I'm
I
saying
don't like
I
all the
don't
bright
go there.
lights and the
I'm
cases.
saying that I don't go there though. Like those places are douchey. I don't go there.
I was here
Those places,
first, and I don't go to these new places that do these new things. I still stay black market, and I smoke at home.
dude. I mean, I'm sorry. It's cool, I guess, on some level, but
Oh,
it's
dude,
so
it's
annoying.
magnificent, dude. But like, well, you said you worked at Hard Rock Cafe. Like, did it affect the restaurant industry at all? Because I feel like if you're smoking more, you might be going out to drink less.
But won't you also be going out to eat more because you're high?
Absolutely. That's absolutely a point. But I'm just saying the frequency in which you're willing to smoke is much often than the frequency in which you're willing to drink. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man.
where's
I'm
that me? Or
pretty
am I just
different.
talking out of my ass and that's me?
Dude, I seriously like I am the biggest fucking lightweight with weed. Like I will hit this bong like maybe two, three times and I'm done for the night. Like I cannot. If I smoked an entire blunt like what you're doing right now, I would be on my fucking ass. Like that's like the thing about me. I smoke weed all the time, like probably like two, three times a week. And I still have never developed a tolerance to it ever. Like I can like I don't need a full blunt. I don't need a fucking dab, dude. Dabs, fuck me, dude. And I know you do them, and I
Oh,
know you.
dude, I love dabs so much, and well, I can get them medicinally, but I get what you're saying. Like my best friend Alicia, she can have half of an edible, and she's dead for the night. Just like you can't stop her from just like giving up, like she's going to fucking bed. But
Yeah,
like I can smoke all fucking night and not like if there's something to do, like I'm not gonna like crash because I'm so fucking high. You can only get so high, and I think I've hit that cliff. You know,
I mean, do you
it's like
think you
Truman.
actually
It's like
have
Truman Show. What's that?
like? Do you actually think that there's like a fucking limit? Like that's as high as you as a person could possibly get, and then you just go back down. There's no higher.
All right, so uh, I'm going to answer that question in a transition back to the legality and medicinal use of weed. But I think that there is a limit. I think that there is going to be the highest I've ever been, and I'm willing to like now try to get there. You know, like that's not what I do on a day-to-day basis, but like I was talking before about you ever see the Dragon Ball? Like it's like Dragon Ball Z, one of the Dragon Balls, but it's 3,000 grams of concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I don't know if I get close with like a weed farm and I do some bougie ass shit like get a fucking Dragon Ball, it's 3,000 grams of dabs. I'll sit there and I'll try to smoke as much as I can before I have to call it quits, just so I know the number.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think I can smoke 3,000 grams of dabs in a night? No, that's nonsense.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it's because I'll fall asleep, not because I'll die.
But have you ever like smoked so much that you just like pass out? Like you're just like you fall asleep right away?
Yeah, well,
Every
that's how I use it medicinally. Like not every night, but it does help me get to sleep and like get sleepier. But I won't. I've never like smoked once and just been like, boom, so high, let me go to sleep. Like not recently, at least.
okay.
But I
Because
will have two
say like
beers
you
and
know
need to go to bed.
like if you've ever like smoking like a bunch of weed and just like immediately like fall asleep because you're just so tired, like how do you know that's not the highest you've ever been? Because you literally don't have any recollection because you literally fell asleep. Isn't that the highest you've ever been? I mean, I don't know.
Like like if I
It's like
wasted weed,
yeah,
like if
it's
my
just
peak was like while I was sleeping.
Yeah, it's like the cat in the box theory, you know? It's
Mm.
just like, were you asleep or were you?
I refuse to take the cat out of the box. I don't know, dude. There's times like I've referenced it before on the Godcast that like I made 30 cookies, I ate 22 of them, but it was like a whole RSO syringe. But I was just being dumb, but like I didn't go fall asleep. I was just walking around, hanging out. I was acting goofy. It was like I took mushrooms. Like I definitely felt weird,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like I can't wait to fall asleep because I'm so fucking high. And I was still like smoking joints and like doing like side dabs with my friends and stuff, but I don't
Well,
know, but I feel like that's what I mean. Like there's no peak to it. Like I don't know. You can only get so high. Some people stop. But that's what I mean. If there was the weed in front of me, I'd be willing to give it a try and see what the limit is.
but
But
when
all
you
right, so here's
say,
the thing. I can't do that here because it's technically it's for medicinal use. So if I'm using it the way I'm referencing right now, that's technically abusing my medication.
oh, Joe, you can't do that.
Mm. Well,
Can't
I can to fuck that, dude. I can go and buy how much Benadryl?
you can't
Like, I
do
don't
it.
know. They
You
still
just
have
can't.
Corseed and cough and cold on
Oh,
the shelf, bro.
dude, Joe, come on. I don't want to see you in jail, Joe. Come on. God.
Listen, listen, listen.
I'm joking, dude. I
I
don't.
know.
I know it's not real.
But that's the thing is like who's stopping you from going and buying an ounce from the fucking dispensary all the time? And here's the thing: here in PA, when you're medicinal, they won't stop you either. You can go in there and buy an ounce of weed every day.
Yeah.
They're not, but that's the thing. Why not just make it recreational? Because who medicinally needs to smoke an ounce of weed a day?
Somebody who like literally is like just got their fucking dicks chopped off, bro. Like somebody who's in serious pain. Because I gotta say, there are some people who deserve it more than fucking people like me and you, you know? There are people like who are literally living in fucking agony.
Agony.
Like they deserve it more than us, dude. They
Oh,
definitely do.
dude, that poor no dick bastard smoke. But he's all right. So I don't feel too bad for him because he's smoking an ounce of weed a day, and no one's judging him for it. That's the thing. Is like I could smoke an ounce of weed a day, but I care heavily about what my mother thinks about some things, and that's a bad way to spend my money. But I get it. That dude definitely needs it medicinally. I don't. So here's the thing. So you said when it started medicinally in Colorado that you could just laughably go to a doctor and they would just be like, "What's that?" You're like, "You're having blurry vision. Here's some fucking weed." Like it's kind of like that here, bro. Like I went and like I went to a doctor about some shit that I have. Like I'm epileptic, but my actual doctor was like, "You would qualify. Like I would suggest you do it. Don't do it." But like I don't know because of your condition. But when I went to the guy to do it, like the actual weed doctor, I didn't even say that. They were just like, "Oh, do you want to sign up for a weed card?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, all right, word. Well, we got to put something down. I was like, they were like, "We have to put something on the paperwork that you said you needed weed for." I was like, "I need help going to sleep." Like, all right, word, cool. Send us the
Oh,
hump.
that's perfect. Thank you.
All in all, I spent $250 on start to finish on when I got my card, and then I go to a dispensary, and an eighth is $15 more.
Yeah. That's fucking great, dude. I mean,
It's
oh,
medicine. My fucking insurance should cover it, dude. I should have like a $5 copay on a gram.
for sure. That should be the fucking law, at least. For sure. Like, yo, don't overcharge.
Well,
Thou
yeah,
shalt
it's
not.
bullshit. Like you're giving the people what they want, but are you really? Like it's mad expensive. But I think they should just make it. I think they're holding off on making it recreational over here because then they got to focus on prison reform on all the people that like went to prison on shit that's now fucking legal in stores.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they're ready to do that yet.
Hey, by the way, you're still in jail for the next 18 years, but your daughter just opened up a fucking weed, like a dispensary, and you're in jail because you had 2 grams of weed in your pocket, and you're in jail for
Yep.
20 years. But your daughter, yeah, she just opened up a dispensary. So cool, good for you. Like it's ridiculous, yeah, for sure.
So remember our senior trip? We went to like Dorney Park or some shit, like some water park, and like I don't know. I feel like people got caught smoking weed there, and they got like arrested.
Yeah.
Like that fucked up their whole shit, dude. They couldn't go, like some of them couldn't walk at graduation. Some of them couldn't like actually go to like the college they wanted to go to because now they had a record to deal with.
Yeah, dude.
But, like they're smoking a gram.
Hell of a thing. Yeah, like weed is a fucking hell of a thing, dude. Like back in the day, oh my God. Like weed, like back when I was growing up, that was just like nobody, like, oh, you're just a fucking deadbeat junkie if you do that. Like, if you smoke weed, like, oh my, like you would think that you're like smoking like black tar heroin, you know? Like it's just like back in the day, the way they treated it now, it's just, oh my God, like you smoking weed? Oh no!
Well, that's how my parents were. But now I go to my parents and I talk to them about it because like I don't know, they're older people, they have ailments, and I was like, yo, there's like lotion and shit, and they have this vape pen that doesn't get you high, but it makes you calm. Like, why pass that up? Like, it's gonna make your life better. Like, but they're old school, bro. They're like, oh, I don't know. I'd rather just keep doing what I am doing and hurting.
I was thinking about it though, and there are, a lot of people and a lot of, especially here in fucking Colorado, like a lot of fucking, I don't want to, diss on a certain group of people, but hippies, dude. There's a lot of fucking goddamn hippies in Colorado, and a lot of these dudes like are just fucking deadbeat dickheads who like live in their parents' basement, don't pay rent, like they're just like fucking high dudes all the time. And I totally understand, like, like where like it comes from, where like a lot of people are like, if you smoke weed, you could end up like this, which because there are a lot of like cases where there are fucking literal like high ass fucking deadbeat dickheads all the time. But I don't think the weed has anything to do with it. Like they're just going to be doing that either way.
They chose the weed. The weed didn't choose them.
Yeah. I think they're going to be doing it anyway, and like the weed doesn't really have anything to do with it. But that's just me. Anyway, but like I totally understand like why some people don't want it and like just hate it and don't want it anywhere near them.
Because you know what my favorite thing to do when I'm high is fucking just go for a walk and write jokes.
Yeah, you go for walks lately.
Well, during the summer, because I work downtown, and like three rough times a week, I'd walk home from work from Center City to Roxborough.
Yeah,
I would walk the Schuylkill River all the way to Roxborough and then home. It's 6.5. It's around 6 miles. But like I don't know, something about like walking and like I don't know, gets the juices going. And if you smoke too, like your brain, like especially some sativa pen cartridge, fucking right. Well, it gets super stoned, go for a long walk. But I don't know, the creative juices start going, start writing jokes and stuff. I fucking love it. Do you ever just like sit there? You don't even like know that you're playing bass, but like I know you smoked a little bit, and all of a sudden you're like playing some shit that's in your head.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's so much easier when you're high. Like I mean, like there are times like where I think to myself, I don't like if like my band like will like send me like some like songs or whatever, and it has no bass and like add bass to this or like whatever. And if I'm sober, I'll like think about it like so much, and I'll just be like, oh, what would be perfect here? Like what would be like great? Like like oh my God, I'm so worried about like how it's gonna sound. But like if you're like fucking high, like you're just like. Okay, cool. That's it.
So your band did an Ariana Grande cover. Do you usually listen to Ariana Grande, or did you have to just get stoned one day and be like, I guess I'm all about Ariana Grande for a day?
Dude, we had to do that because our friends or our followers were
they voted for it. Yeah,
they voted for it. Yeah. So like we had like 6 different songs that like this like one magazine like out here in Denver.
303 magazine. What up?
303 magazine, what up? Yeah, anyway. They asked us to do this like cover like challenge thing, like where we like post a thing on our Facebook, just like what song should we cover, and like do like a 6 thing, and everybody chose that song. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, dude, I saw the review on that, and they said specifically about you. It's like if you listened to the bass line, you knew what song it was. It's like obviously you were able to like capture the fucking song when you played.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I played exactly what the bass was in that song.
Oh well, yeah. They were just like I don't know. They tried to spice it up, but they were like, no. If you heard the bass, you knew what song it was.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't like change it up or anything. I was just like, they're already gonna like be adding like their rock and roll version to it. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that I can do that's gonna change that. So I'm just gonna play it the way that it's supposed to be. So, and that's
Right.
how that song came about.
So is weed in your process the whole time? Because I know personally for me, I can write jokes high, but I did stand up for a year, like actually like went to open mics and I got paid for like the last 3 or 4 that I did. Um, but
Wait, you
it's
did? Like you actually like went to like stand up and like did that shit before?
yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time would come out to she came out to a paid show. James Brennan would come to dude, he's my heterosexual life mate, dude. He fucking came to almost
You
every
mentioned this James Brennan a lot. Like so
he's in the movie, dude. He's in the
Steady.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
I know who
it's
he is.
serious now. It's serious now. Me and this James. I don't want my viewers to think that I'm in a relationship, but you know, we see each other as lifelong companions. But anyway, he would come to every open mic that I went to. So I don't know, it built like confidence. Like, all right, well, James, he tells me all the time he thinks I'm funny, but like he spends what 2, 3 hours a week coming out to these open mics just to like hear my jokes and shit. I don't know. So I kept going. And then this dude that he went to high school with, um, happened to run an open mic, and then he was like, "Yo, if you like send me 2, 3 minutes of you doing, you know, your shit, you know, if it's not fucking horrible, we'll give you a spot." But that was after like months of going up and just doing what the fuck ever. But I can't perform high. I refuse to go up after drinking or smoking. I can't. I've never done it on stage, and during like the podcast, I've only smoked twice. Like for me, my tolerance is super high. So like I'll hit my pen a couple times just to like chill and talk and not be like antsy. But like to get like fried, nah, I can't. It's hard. It's difficult because I'm scatterbrained, dude. I love talking about so much shit, and I like lose track of time and like, and I
Yeah,
think I enunciate and like perform the jokes better. But I have like so many jokes, but I get high on camera and I'm like, I can't tell my jokes now because I'm fucking fried, and I'm gonna ruin it, and I'm never gonna be able to tell it again. You ever like send your bandmates like a bass line and they're just like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck was that?"
no, but it's definitely awkward when you're like in band practice and you're thinking of like this one thing and you think it sounds good, so you just like keep playing it over and over again in the hopes that everybody else is just like, oh wow, that's cool, what is that, and like starts playing along with it. But like
Mhm.
I've definitely been in the situation where like I've done that and everybody's just like, okay, everybody quiet down, we're gonna start a new song.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely it sucks, but you know it
Oh,
happens.
but it happens when you, especially like being high and like being creative, like you have so many ideas, but just like being an artist in any form, like, I don't know, you try everything you can. Like there's leave no stone left untwined.
Untoined.
Untwined.
Hey, leave no stone left
Stone
untoined, buddy.
untwined. Yeah.
Hey, why I oughta.
But you have to. So like I come up, I'll think of a punchline, right? And like this isn't how you should do it or how I usually do it, but like I don't know, I'll think that something's funny and I'll be like, fuck it. I'll write it down just because I'm high and like I'll play with it later. And then later I'll get sober and be like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But I'll
Yeah,
keep
it
it there.
happens all the time. Yeah, dude. How do you think I feel? Like I don't like actually like I don't know how to like write jokes or like write lyrics or anything like that. But like what I like to do is I like to get like really fucking stoned and I like just like make music. And I'll just like be
Yeah.
playing shit and I'll get like super fucking high and I'll be doing this stuff. And then the following day, I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Oh, I remember now." Like I'm like, "What happened last night?" "Oh yeah, I was recording that song." And then I'll listen to
Hmm.
it, and it's just fucking so stupid. Like it's just so fucking bad, man. Like and I just sit there and I'm like, "Why was I like thinking that this was good in any way, shape, or form?" Like it just makes
Yeah.
like
I
that's what happens to me the most.
so I got really high, like on purpose. I think I was watching Reno 911 and I was like, you know, it'd be much better if I did a whole like Grandma Dabs and watch Reno 911. But no, I was just thinking like for a while I've had the idea of like Whole Foods is funny just because like I don't know, whole. If you don't know that it's a supermarket, like kind of sounds like an edible sex shop.
Yeah. Whole Foods.
Right, exactly.
H-O-L-E, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that by itself is dumb as fuck.
I'm
That's just like a
picturing
stupid concept.
I'm picturing a sign that says like Whole Foods. That's what I'm seeing right now.
With one of the O's in food is just like a gaping anus.
It's the same for each. It says Whole Foods, and like one of the O's is just a fucking taint.
Right, exactly. But I don't know, just shit like that. It's dumb as fuck. But like I don't know, you build on it and it gets better. Like just the misunderstanding that like that's not what the fuck whole means. But I tell people I can't read anyway, so I could see the W and be like, fuck it, that's for holes. So there's other things that like, all right. So if you don't know what a Whole Foods is, you could think that. Also, if you don't know what all right, so I dated this chick, right? Loved scary movies, but I couldn't watch them growing up because I was sheltered. All right. So you wanted to watch Children of the Corn. Okay. I've never seen it because my parents wouldn't let me. But when you hear the name Children of the Corn, it kind of sounds like a Native American Schindler's List. So I just assume it's just going to be about the massacre.
Oh my God. You are a real piece of shit. You know that?
Dude, I haven't been that wrong since I ran into Whole Foods looking for edible panties. But that's how you save a really shitty punchline.
Yeah, for sure. No, I totally understand. Yeah, like that's great. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
That joke's dead. So you know who else is dead this year? Cloris Leachman died, and she was put on the Deadpool.
It's part of your Deadpool, though, right?
Yeah, the 2021 Celebrity Deadpool. So yeah, someone voted Cloris Leachman. They thought it would be in November, so they didn't win the grand prize, but they did win merchandise. I have a shirt here for them. Asshole just has to come pick it up. They didn't win
the grand prize, but they did win the merchandise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just like you just like rhyme so much. It's crazy. Like you don't even notice that you're just rhyming all the time.
I'm good at so many arts that like I could be the dopest lyricist you've ever seen or heard.
Oh, now I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But I wouldn't know. So, excuse me. So yeah, the 2021 Celebrity Deadpool. Cloris Leachman died, so he got merch. He got a shirt. So 10 people are on this. I actually have like a pretty full year. I made it fair. I opened it up in January, so you couldn't suggest anybody to die in January. But there's like 30 people. Cloris Leachman died. Sean, is there anybody this year that you think is old, sickly, or just unlucky enough to be put in the ground and or incinerated?
I'm going to say one.
Whatever their religious beliefs are.
I'm going to say one, and I know it's going to piss a lot of people off. Probably you, probably a lot of people, but here we go. Danny DeVito. I told you you'd be upset about it.
I'm not just upset. I'm speechless, dude.
I bet he will die in the year 2021.
Okay. Someone else put him on the Deadpool. Like, you're not the first one. But, like, coming from you, like, it's sick, dude. You're dark.
Yeah. I don't want it to be true. Let's keep that in mind. Like, It's Always Sunny is my favorite show of all time. Like, seriously. I love Danny DeVito. And I love his movies, too. But I just think, I don't know. I feel like he's going to die soon.
Poor Ree Perlman.
I fucking loved Robin Williams. And when he was, like, around this age, he fucking died. You know? So.
Oh, Danny DeVito is much older than Robin Williams was.
Really?
Yeah. I think at least by 10 years. No, Danny DeVito's in his 70s. Robin Williams, I think, was.
Yeah. Wait, who am I thinking of? Well, I might be mistaken.
I don't know, but you just broke my heart fucking twice bringing up Robin Williams again.
But I would still say that Danny DeVito, sometime this year, I don't know what month, but he might die.
Well, here's what I think. I think the summer is going to bring on a lot of deaths because old people die in the heat. Heat plus COVID.
I mean, they're basically just like fucking meat in a locker. So if they're not cold, they might fucking spoil, you know?
Well, dude, what I was doing is I was literally looking at geographically where these people live. Because if they were old people living in rural California and they weren't planning on moving, like a lot of people are, fuck it, dude. Like they might even die in a forest fire. I didn't say of natural causes. And I even put Bam Margera on the list because he's, hazardous or whatever.
Well, I mean, like you saw, like what's going on with him lately? Like he got kicked out of Jackass because what? He injects heroin every day. Like, come on, like that's not that big of a deal.
I heard that he wouldn't stop drinking.
Oh,
But like, I guess that's all they're willing to admit. I don't really know. I didn't watch everything everyone had to say. I watched Steve-O harp on it for like a fucking quick second.
yeah.
But like, no, everyone on there's sober to an extent. Like, no one's gonna want to watch Bam fucking kill himself on Jackass 4.
Yeah, exactly. How did Ryan Dunn do anyway? Oh wait, shit.
Yeah. Ooh, Bam, don't watch this.
I hope Bam's not watching.
I'm gonna tag him in this and be like, yo, don't watch this, bro.
Yeah, I loved Jackass, and I always thought Ryan Dunn was a douchebag, but I mean, I'm not happy that he's dead or anything. Like, it's very tragic and it's very sad. But like,
sure,
he's not my favorite.
I mean, he's not my. I mean, he's not Steve-O.
I picked like fucking Aaron McGenhey over him. Like, seriously.
Yikes. Or Rake Yan.
Yeah, exactly. Rick Yan. He hates mustard. Oh, he hates mustard, doesn't he?
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Sean, dude, we've covered weed, we've covered art, we've covered the Deadpool, we've done a lot of other things, but unfortunately, the one last thing we have to do is end the GODcast.
Oh, how do we do that, Joe?
It's unlikely you have many friends or anybody you want to talk to, but I guess I'll give you a couple seconds to give any shout outs and then I'll shut you down. And
jeez, what a piece of shit. Anyway,
if you can make time for this, I doubt there's other things you could be doing.
I think we've covered everything. So if I could, I'll take this time to tell you that you are a bullshit host. You fucking suck. Lighting a fucking cigarette like you're like some kind of like cool ass dude, but you're a real big ass pussy bitch. Like nobody likes you, dude. Everybody hates you. Nobody like that's the reason why your fucking mother disowned you on Facebook, dude. Everybody hates you, dude. Just fucking fuck yourself, bitch.
You don't understand that all you did was just draw me closer. Sean, I love you. Thanks for being on. Goodbye.
Later, guys.